Hello, everybody. A while ago, I made episode 1 for a series called Loomian Legacy If the Player and Loomians Talked. I kind of want to talk a bit about the lore of the entire series and the characters, because that's what creators usually do when making things they want to get popular. I'm gonna talk a bit about the characters and their backstory. If you want to actually watch the series, then you should wait for the other episodes to come out. But if you're impatient, you can go ahead and watch this now. Although, for maximum enjoyment when the later episodes drop, I'd recommend that you save all the plot twists for later. Okay? If you're still watching this, then I suppose you do want the spoilers. Yeah, I'm about to start. I think we should start off with the one that you guys would probably be most curious about if anyone is even watching this. Uh, Jack. Jack is the cat horn that appeared in the very first episode as a sort of rebellious character. He's a Loomian. He's supposed to be. But he's actually not a Loomian. And neither are the rest of the talking Loomians, which is the lore reason for him not only having a voice in understanding English like a regular American person would, but also having a relatively deep voice. As for his age, well, he doesn't have a confirmed age, so I'm leaving this up to you guys to interpret. And I know there are probably going to be some weirder questions out there, like how breedable he is, if you know what I'm saying. As for that, trust me, I've made sure that none of my characters can be used like that. Because this guy does not want you or anyone. He does not like humans at all. Because they see him as a creature, even though he's being forced into a much smaller form. He doesn't like his current Kenhorn form at all, even if it does somewhat resemble his original appearance. He is not really a shapeshifter, more so a monster binded to a cat horn body to stop him from causing destruction, even though he meant no harm to anyone at all. So, Jack actually likes marshmallows, despite them being a human invention. Why does he like marshmallows? Because they're soft. They're just really soft. That's why he likes marshmallows. Yeah, they're soft and they taste good. Jack generally doesn't listen to the player. If you've ever actually watched the first episode, he just does not like to listen, defying the player directly when asked to stop talking in a deep voice. The only thing that can really make Jack listen to a person is marshmallows. Why? Because, like I said, he likes marshmallows. But don't think this means that he's a pushover, because this does not always work. There is a very high chance he'll just eat the marshmallow and only act a little nicer towards you without actually listening to you at all. Jack, in general, does not like humans a lot. He sees them as oppressive and annoying because they were the ones who forced him into this body, and everyone keeps calling him a creature. The only human that Jack quote unquote likes is, well, Player. And, well, he doesn't even really like Player like that. And, like I said, defies them just like every other human. Only difference being he doesn't genuinely hate them. But I feel like we've talked about Jack enough for now. I don't want to turn this into an episode entirely about Jack, so we need to talk about Jez, the dang, I forgot what the heck that thing was called. Feveline? I think that's what they're called. It's been a while since I played Loomian Legacy. I am working on the next episode. I just gotta work on my voice acting skills. Cause it is very hard to produce the noise, well, technically voice, that Jack has in the actual show. Jez, like Jack, can be a little hesitant about responding to people's commands, but is generally more accepting of commands than Jack is. And there is a reason why Jez, and I'm seeing his name with such emphasis because for some reason in the last video it kept detecting Jez and Jack as the same person, but they're not. Jez, 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 not J. We're not talking about Murder Jones I know you're listening to this and you're going to try to make a summary. Please do not mess this name up after I've already spelled it out for you and I'm saying it so clearly. Ches is basically just Jack, but if he learned manners. Jez, I, if you're wondering why I keep extending the Z, it's because it only detects J in Jez, so I keep having to add the longest Z of all time. But Jez's behavior in general, while I haven't been able to talk about it much, is much more tame than Jack's own behavior. He listens to commands better than Jack, who outright defies commands, while Jez is generally hesitant, not actually aggressive in any way. So, about Jez, more about Jez is that he also likes marshmallows, but not as much as Jack does. He actually prefers dark chocolate, which is weird because pretty sure Feveline is based around cats, but whatever. He likes dark chocolate because its flavor is hard to explain. It's sweet but also bitter, and he likes things that are hard to explain, even though he, in his non human form, wears white clothes. White is generally seen as a color of good and clarity, I believe. And it's funny that he likes inexplicable, but what, what the heck was that? I technically could have, cut that out. So, more about Jez. Well, the reason for his defiance, if you can even call it that, isn't as I don't know how to describe Jack's reason for being defiant yet. But Jez isn't actually defiant at all, more so hesitant because he does not like hurting other things. Well, actually, I just lied because he would also tell you that lie. The real reason he doesn't listen sometimes, or rather hesitates to listen, is because he feels weird about it because he knows he himself is, from a intelligence perspective, human. And he feels weird knowing that he, a so-called human, is being controlled by another human, even if neither of them are really human. Now to talk about the player, the probably most confusing character out of the entire cast, as they don't really talk much about themselves during the actual episode 1, where you guys are probably watching right now. So, what about the player do you need to know? Well, the player's personality isn't very clear, like I just said, so it will be a little confusing to talk about them because most of this stuff seems to come out of the blue because the episode is only like 6 minutes long, I think. Probably not even that. Wait, the episode is only like a minute long. What am I talking about? So, I will mostly talk about the player's behavior towards the Loomians, not actual people, so don't take this too literally if you ever go trying to make something animated by yourself. So, the player is pretty controlling and possessive over his Loomians. Actually, the player isn't a confirmed male. I don't want to confirm a gender just yet because I'm not sure what to do with the main character. The main character will either be a male or a they them. I'm not sure yet because I'm not sure what direction I want to put this in yet fully. But like I literally just said a few seconds ago, the player is pretty controlling of their Loomians, but they do genuinely care about them. The player will get upset if the Loomians do not listen, because they views them as creatures that are supposed to listen to their masters, so to say. He gets pretty upset when this balance is broken and disrupted. Anyway, since outside is pretty loud, I'm gonna end this video here and make another one later. So, this is all you're gonna get. The lore can and probably will change a lot later. So if there are any inconsistencies, don't tell me. They're there for a reason. So, yeah, bye. I'm not going to add an outro. Just bye.